candidate we've spoken to, including Phil Murphy and Senator Wisniewski, Senator Wisniewski and Senator Lesniak. On the Democratic side, as we've asked specifically on this pension crisis, I don't know if it's $80 billion or more, the unfunded liability. I mean, it's in trouble. It's a real crisis, you know it. Specifically, what would you do to get the pension situation back on track after Governor Christie has made a significant 2.5, if you will, billion-dollar commitment in this budget of a $35 billion budget? Big chunk. Would you have put more money in a $35 billion budget, state money, into the public employee pension fund more than Governor Christie?
What I would do going forward is increase the payments to the pension fund. I think that there are a couple of things we have to look at seriously. We've made some bad judgments on taxes, and so I'm prepared to look at increasing to a sensible level our estate taxes. They were
Which ones?
They are our estate taxes. They were way too high. Estate taxes. They were way too high. They were cut down to zero. We need to get to an equitable level. I'm prepared to do that.
Hold on, before you go past that, you would increase the estate tax.
It was cut.
That's right.
Tremendously.
In an effort to try to, the argument was, the rationale was, and Democrats and Republicans supported it, not all, the argument was if the estate tax combined with the inheritance tax, the so-called double death tax, was in place, you had more and more New Jerseyans potentially leaving the state as they got older, didn't want to die with a double tax, go to Florida or God knows where else. New Jersey loses that revenue, you lower the estate tax. You say, raise it back up?
Not to the same level it was. The level was too high. It was way too high. It was out of control. And it was almost to the point of being confiscatory. But then taking it down to such a low level when we had all these other budget problems to solve didn't make any sense either. People are leaving the state for a variety of reasons. They're leaving the state because they can't get to work on time. They're leaving the state because their property tax is too high. They're leaving the state because whatever level that we're paying in our taxes, the government services that we get are unacceptable. And so we need to look at the entire package and turn it around, but we need to be mindful of the fact that to our those who have paid into their pensions, we've made a promise. You know, I lived in a family where someone made a promise to my family about payments that they were going to make, didn't make it. We almost lost our home. Some of our families in our state employees are looking at those same sort of choices, and the governor has to be frank about that.
One more quick question on this before we move to some other fiscal matters. For new public employees coming into the system, given how fiscally unstable it is, Jim, would you argue, you know what? Right now, it is smart, it makes sense, it is prudent to renegotiate with new employees coming in and saying maybe the health care benefits shouldn't be what they are right now, and potentially the retirement benefits shouldn't be what they are right now. Not for those who are in the system right now, grandfathered in, because they were made a commitment. But new employees, are you open to that renegotiation?
Job one, keep the commitments that are already made. We have to do that. But job two is create a system that is strong, for sure, but makes sense and is sustainable. And right now, we're not in a position where our system is sustainable.
So are you open? I want to be clear.
Absolutely, yes,
Okay.
I'm open.
Talk to me about driving the economy, bringing more jobs, creating